Hey, what's going on, guys? Hope all is well with everybody. You guys might be wondering, Joe, why are you standing here in the middle of the summer with a winter hat on? Guys, I have this beanie on, not only because I like beanies. You guys know from past videos I love my beanies. I've often been criticized about my weird hats, but that's okay. I love my weird hats, and that's all that matters to me. But guys, today I'm standing in this beanie for a very particular reason. Now, since I've started this channel, I've gotten a lot of great feedback from you awesome users as to how maybe I can improve my training, things that you'd like me to cover and things like this. Guys, I appreciate every single one of you when you guys give me feedback. That means a lot to me. Because honestly, you guys have helped me improve my training over time. And I'm grateful to give back in any way that I can in order to help you guys improve your training. So I'm happy to have that communication open with you guys. Today, guys, the reason I have this hat on is because over the last months, people have said, Joe, you're getting pretty big. Maybe you want to start working on your traps a little bit more, and which is something that I have been doing. Unfortunately, I do often neglect my traps, but I have been doing dedicated trap exercises. It's in my split, as I've shown you guys in my, you guys know that I have different playlists on this channel, whether that be a weight loss mini series, my own personal exercise routine series that you guys asked me to do, whole bunch of different series, guys. Check those out if you're inclined. But I've mentioned that I do dedicated trap work, and I try to keep that in my split so that I can have a decent overall body composition. So two viewers actually mentioned within the last month, Joe, maybe you should try doing some dedicated neck exercises. And I was like, oh man, you know what, guys? I don't know if I want to do this, because honestly, there's a reason why I don't do neck exercises, and that's because back in the day, I attempted to do neck exercises because, quite honestly, when you look at a guy, right, and they have a pretty thick neck, it adds to, it's a very aesthetically pleasing look to many people, right? And since my body is growing, I'm getting bigger as far as muscle mass goes, my neck is kind of disproportionate, especially depending on the angle of the camera that you guys are seeing. Angles go a long way. But my neck, I can say, is, relatively thin when compared to some of the other parts of my body. But when these two viewers mentioned that, I was like, oh man. When the first one mentioned it, I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this. Maybe you could hold off. Then the second person, two completely different people in less than a month, tell me, Joe, you better work on your neck. I was like, all right. The reason why I haven't put this in part of my routine is because back in the day, I actually got hurt doing some neck exercises. I got like I don't know how to put it, a twinged neck. I've heard that expression, twinged, right? Where I was doing some neck exercises with plates and I hurt my neck. This was a long time ago. I was probably maybe around 20 years old, and I was like, I'm never doing this again. And I heard a lot of horror stories about people who have hurt their necks while trying to train them. Now, are there benefits other than just looking proportional to training your neck? I'm sure there are tons. I purchased a head harness, right? That's the whole point of this video. I purchased a head harness. We're going to be looking at how I'm going to be training neck today, just today, on Tonal, okay? Now, the reason I say today is because the harness that I purchased, I don't particularly think it's the best harness. So I went on YouTube the last couple days. I did a little bit of research, and I said to myself, all right, Joe, if you're going to be doing this neck training, you have to make sure you're doing it right. You don't want to hurt yourself again. There's a lot of benefits to neck training. Do it properly. Maybe back in the day you did something wrong. Do it properly. So I went ahead and I YouTubed neck training. First thing that pops up is Jeff Nippard's video. Now, you guys might be familiar with Jeff. He is very heavily into the bodybuilding community on YouTube. He's got a lot of great informative information on his channel. Highly recommend you check it out. I'm going to be including one of his neck training videos in the description of this video, okay? That's the video that I watched. I watched a couple because he has more than one. I highly recommend you check out his channel. He does deep dives into a whole bunch of different stuff, including neck training. So, check it out. He also has something called a neck flex, I believe it is. You'll see it in the video that I'm linking up. He has a discount code, or he's being sponsored by a company called, I believe it's Neck Flex. Now, I'm not telling you to buy from them. I purchased a harness. It's actually right here. I purchased a harness from Amazon. Now, as soon as I got this thing, I kind of regretted it. And the reason why is because it has two buckles right here, okay, on the side. So when you put this on, now you guys see why I'm wearing the hat, right? So when you put this thing on, got the hat to protect your head. You put this on, you have the harness here, right? So you have the buckles here. If I wanted to train from the front, because you see Tonal has the arms, right? So for example, if I were to bring this up, because obviously I'm going to be training neck on Tonal, right? What else am I going to use? If I were to attach this harness here to this, it gives you an awkwardness because the buckles are back here. So you're going like this, and it pulls in an awkward fashion. Now, the harness that Jeff uses on his channel, the Neck Flex, it has buckles all around the harness. And I'm assuming it's probably pretty expensive. I don't know. I haven't looked into it yet. But I am likely going to be returning this harness that I got on Amazon. And I'm probably going to be buying the one that Jeff recommends. It looks like you can train with it indoors with resistance bands from different angles of the harness. Guys, this is up to you. But I'm telling you from my experience so far that I don't particularly like this harness, so I recommend if you get a harness to use on Tonal specifically, because Tonal has so many angles that you can train your neck with. If you hook up something like this to it, I recommend you get one that has multiple angles, different buckles, not just two over here, because the two over here make it great if you want to hang a weight here and now do a neck extension, right? That's great. What happens if you want to do it from a different angle? Now the buckles are here, it's pulling in an awkward way, might not be ideal. Let's get into how I'm going to use this harness on Tonal to train my neck, right? Quick demonstration, just to let you guys know. And I'm probably likely going to be purchasing that harness from Jeff. It might be worth putting in that extra money because honestly, I am neglecting my neck and I'm doing it on purpose. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm not a doctor. I'm not telling you guys to train your neck. I'm not telling you that I know everything about neck training. I'm not. Take everything you see with a grain of salt. Everybody's different, right? Everybody's different. Everybody has different techniques. Everybody works differently because their bodies are different, okay? So this is what I'm going to be doing. Not saying you need to do it. I'm a little bit, nervous about training my neck. I'll be very honest with you, but I feel as though if I take my time, I did an extensive neck warm-up already, like Jeff talks about in his video. I did an extensive neck warm-up, so my neck is pretty warmed up. I feel like I'm kind of ready to go. I'm just going to do a couple of sets, a couple of reps to show you guys, and, take it from there. So take this for what you want. Let me change the camera angle, and let's get into it. All right, guys, so this might be a better view for you. Check this out. I'm going to bring the Tonal down. Now keep in mind, when you're training your neck on Tonal, you're going to have a very limited range of motion, right? Very limited range of motion. You're literally going like this. And that's the rep, okay? So Tonal may not pick it up all the time. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to make sure that your stance is a decent stance that Tonal is going to be able to pick up your range of motion, if you even care. You might not even care. Now, I'm not using Smart Flex on this. I'm not using eccentric mode on this. I'm using a standard mode, because I'm taking this easy. I'm putting it on 5 pounds, okay? As you graduate to higher weights, like with any muscle, you can increase and experiment. But guys, I'm too new at this right now. I don't recommend you guys just jump into throwing eccentric on your neck. I don't recommend that. Even if you're experienced, I don't think that's a good idea. You want to keep the regular mode on when it comes to this, in my opinion, right now anyway, because you don't want to hurt yourself. Your neck is very important, which is why training it is very important, but don't abuse it. Don't jump into it like, oh yeah, I'm going to train my neck like I train my biceps, right? No. Take your time. Don't rush. Don't get hurt, all right? I'm trying to angle this so you can kind of see the screen. There you go. You can see the screen. Now, again, Tonal may or may not pick up the range of motion on the screen, all right? That's not too much of a big deal. I'm doing high reps, low weight. You can hook it up to both arms or one arm. If you have trouble and your Tonal, like I've shown you guys in past videos, when you're doing shrugs on Tonal, Tonal will not pick up that you're doing a shrug if you use one arm. So what I do is I connect my bar to both arms and then I do my shrug. Then Tonal picks it up, okay, on the screen. So it can count your reps, count your range of motion and all that stuff. If for some reason this doesn't work with the one arm, you can always put it on two arms. Just keep in mind the weight needs to be low, especially if you're new at this, okay? So I'm going to make sure the weight is off. The weight is off, okay? I'm going to take a look at this. I'm going to connect the arm to the middle of this chain. Let me try it with one. Okay, now I'm going to turn the weight on. You can use the Bluetooth handle or whatever you want to use. I'm just touching the screen. Okay, the weight is on. I have my stance, right? Have a good stance. Don't hyperextend your neck. Now, is Tonal picking this up? Let me see. Hold on. It's really not picking this up. Maybe if I stand a little taller, it'll pick it up. This hat really helps. Okay, so Tonal's not picking it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shut the weight. Shut the weight. And now I'm going to attach it to the other arm to see if it will pick it up on the other arm. Attach this. Now I'm turning the weight on while my neck is down and there's no rope coming out of the machine because I don't want to shock my neck just in case for some reason it's a little heavier than what I think, okay? Turning the weight on. The weight should be on. Let me see. The weight is on. All right. Okay, Tonal is counting the reps now. I'm not sure if you guys can see the screen. Tonal is counting the reps. It's a little heavier now because we're using both arms, but I'm nice and slow, not rushing, not going crazy. I'm not doing a million reps today. We're going to break into this nice and easy with Tonal. All right, and hopefully my neck will be fine tomorrow. All right, guys, so that's it for today. I hope this was helpful. Guys, if you feel like training your neck on Tonal, you have multiple ways to do it, especially if you get a harness, a head harness similar to the one that I just spoke about, one with multiple attachment points. You could have this arm come out, you know, do whatever you need to do that makes you comfortable. With the type of harness that is over on Jeff's channel that I mentioned earlier, Neck Flex, I think. You could attach it from the side, right, to Tonal, and now you can go like this. You can go like this. You can go like this. Now, do you need a harness to train your neck? I don't think so. You could just do body weight, right? Just use your own head's weight, and you could probably every day train your neck. But I think this might be a good investment to make, not only to stay proportional, but always, you know, also to try to make sure that my neck muscles are healthy, and, you know, because I am neglecting it. But I'm neglecting it for a reason. I'm a little worried, right? So if anything changes as far as this goes, I'm going to be implementing this into my split, right? I'm probably going to do neck and traps maybe, if that's not too much stress on the upper portion of my body. I'll probably do neck and traps. I'll talk to you guys about it in the future. If you guys start to see my neck fill out, let me know, right? So it's not just in my own imagination. But anyway, guys, I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys appreciate it. I look forward to talking to you guys soon. Be safe, and I'll catch you all at the next video.